Hey guys, I'm back with another video. It's been a hot moment, but life has just kind of taken over, but we have some more candles again to talk about today. And it is a Kringle candle haul. But full disclosure, these candles were sent to me from Kringle, so I did not pay for these candles that are in this haul. But yes, I did, however, indeed purchase Kringle myself, like over $100 order a few years ago, back when it was still like the paraffin wax, and I had a mix of country candle and the Kringle candle jars as well. And they weren't great, so I didn't feel compelled to ever purchase them again. The paraffin wax back then, they would sell like crazy, like so much that it was just like really hard to maintain. And then some of the candles, the throw, I just wasn't getting the payoff for the amount of soot that I was getting. And then combined that with like their aesthetics and their branding, it just didn't do it for me. So I actually ended up like donating or giving away most of my Kringle candles when I had the huge move a few years ago, and I never visited them again. But then now Kringle Candle, there's a very massive brand ambassadorship program with Kringle Candle where the candles are like always in your face 24/7. They're always being talked about in the candle community. And they also have been doing a diligent reformulating of all their wax from the paraffin to soy blend and now to 100% soy. So Kringle Candle actually reached out to me and asked me did I want to try a few of their candles and review them. And I said, sure, why not? As you guys know, I've been trying Yankee, DW Home, Scentsy lately as well. So I've just been kind of like dabbling in other candles, and like, hello, if they get sent to me for free, okay, great, because I don't have to pay for them, but you guys still know I will give you my honest opinion. So yes, they did send the candles over. Like the link that was used to like get the free candles also like signed me up for the like the ambassador code program or whatever. So I do, I guess, now have a code that's called the Candle Channel for 15% off. Don't quote me on that. Honestly, like I didn't go into the intention of signing up to get a code. It was just like, this is the way you get candles from us if you want them for review. So I was like, okay, whatever. I didn't know if the code was going to be issued or not, but it did automatically. So I do have a code now. If you want to use the Candle Channel for, I believe, 15% off, then you can use that. I'm not completely 100% sure on all the stipulations and stuff, but the code exists. So there's that. But yes, so of course, once again, these candles were sent to me free of charge, and I will review them now because I have burned them a number of times. So let's get right into it. I have so many thoughts about Kringle, but I think I'll do the flip on this video instead of where normally I do like the brand introduction and the critique first, and then I do the candles. Let me get into the candles first in case you don't care about all my thoughts and opinions on Kringle Candle as a whole. So yes, I was able to pick out 3 candles from like, I guess they're pretty standard like lineup of fragrances. So nothing like new or exciting from like the seasonal collections, but we do have a few ones that I thought would be interesting, and they're probably old news to you guys, but it is what it is. So we have Fruit and Flakes first. And that's what that looks like. These are like the massive, I think they're like Libby status jars or whatever I think is what it's called. I think they're 22 ounces, and they're like really hefty. Like you can really knock somebody out with this. It is indeed the 100% soy blend. So you do get like the schmutz on the side, and you get like the craters or like the sort of rough surface on the top. But that's just how soy operates. So don't let that be alarming to you. And it has the 2 wicks on it. Let's see, what do the notes say on this? Banana, strawberry, red berry, baked pastry, oats, cinnamon, clove, vanilla, and cooked sugar. The thing with Kringle is I feel like they kind of like go overboard with the notes, to be completely honest. So like the thing is, Bath & Body Works very diligently only picks like 2 to 3 notes to highlight, and that is for a very specific reason, because they know if like somebody sees like, oh, musk or vanilla orchid or peony or whatever in a fragrance that you wouldn't like be able to otherwise pick out, people be like, oh my god, there's peony in there. They will obsess over it, and they'll be like, okay, no, I can't buy that candle because I hate peony, musk, or whatever. And so Kringle Candle like really shoves the entire kitchen sink when it comes to notes, even though like you might not necessarily pick them up on cold. So I feel like it would actually better from a marketing standpoint to dial back the number of notes that are on there, because actually the more notes that you do have, there's more opportunities or chances to actually deter somebody from buying the fragrance, because there's a note in there that might scare somebody off. Whereas if you just omitted the note to begin with, like there's very much power of suggestion where it's just like, oh, I only smell these 3 notes and I can't pick out anything else. Because like, let's be honest, at the end of the day, a lot of us just kind of go by what the notes say, and very rarely actually like, you know, sniff the candle and try to decipher it without having the notes influence you. But that's just my little tangent on notes. So that's just one point that I've noticed from Kringle Candle is they just throw the entire top, middle, and bottom notes into the notes, which might be good from a certain standpoint, but also might hinder them in terms of people like being afraid of a candle because it has melon or peony or apple in it when you might not be able to actually smell it. But any case, fruit and flakes, yes. The labels, I don't understand this. There's something just very gutterbutt about the way Kringle Candle looks. And that is my main qualm with Kringle Candle, is that they are lacking a certain like je ne sais quoi when it comes to their branding and visual marketing. And I've harped on this so many times on my Instagram live. And that is like the #1 reason that I actually don't buy from Kringle Candle. They could be the greatest candles in the world, but like if their visual marketing, their labels and stuff just kind of look like janky, I'm just not here for it. And like they look professional enough, like, but I just feel like maybe photo labels have finally, and it hurts me to say this because I've been a huge proponent of photo labels for the longest time, but I feel like maybe photo labels are finally like starting to feel dated or like have like are past their prime, so to speak, which that hurts me to say that. Like Homeworks can still do it good in a wraparound, but I don't know, just like between the way the Country Candle like photos look, and a lot of their photos look very like generic stock photo-y, like there isn't a certain style or aesthetic to it. It's just kind of like, let's type in cookies and cream cake and find the first photo that comes up on Shutterstock and shove it on there and call it a day. And so the labels don't really seem super bespoke or unique. They just seem very like canned and generic, if that makes sense. And that's like the one qualm. But like going further on that, and once again, I'm a graphic designer, I do this for a living, so that's why I get really passionate about it. Like, why does this Fruit and Flakes photo label have a painting filter applied on it? I simply don't understand that. So like in Photoshop, you can like press buttons in the filter gallery to apply these type of filters to it. But like, why would anybody have a painting of a bowl of cereal? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, why does a bowl of cereal have a painting filter applied to it? It doesn't, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. But obviously there are some people who do like the photo label look, so it's all subjective. Like if you like that nostalgic look from Yankee Candle, I understand that you can enjoy it. This is just one person's opinion. But any case, yes. So Fruit and Flakes, I did burn this one, I believe 3 times. We had no sooting, which was good. It has like the flat wicks that kind of curl in on you, so I do trim them before each burn because they do tend to do the curling and the mushroom top action on there. This is incredibly similar to Banana Walnut Muffin. Like they're very, very, very similar. So we have that from BBW. So like Fruit and Flakes with like a bowl of cereal, so you would imagine like a corn flakes with like berries in it. This just literally smells like a banana muffin. But the thing with like soy wax tends to have like this, I don't know really how to describe it. It's almost like this, like slightly chemical undertone to it. It's like when you smell the wax on this, I definitely smell the soy wax in there. Whereas like sometimes paraffin doesn't quite have, sometimes paraffin can kind of smell like crayons. It just depends on the blend. But this one I feel like when I smell it, it can kind of smell like the soy wax fragrance underneath it that's changing it a little bit. But when you go to burn it, it's pretty much just the straight up fragrance oil. So we're good to go there. But it just smells like a banana walnut muffin to me. You get the bananas in there. There's like a pastry oats type of fragrance in there that's kind of crumbly like a muffin. A little bit of like a crumbly baking spice action once again to like give it more of that sort of like muffin vibe to it. And it just really smells like a banana nut muffin. It's just truly very, very, very similar to this. This one's just a little bit more pure because it doesn't have that soy wax undertone to it. But yeah, so that's pretty much what this smelled like. If you want banana walnut muffin, if you want it from Kringle Candle, then Fruit and Flakes exists right there. The name is a little bit mismatched, especially compared with the photo, but it's still a nice fragrance nonetheless. I would say the throw on this was a good 7. It was like definitely like medium plus into the strong range. Like I filled my entire bedroom no problem, and I could also smell in the living room as well. So no qualms there. So that was the first one, which is Fruit and Flakes, and that was that. The next one we have is Donut Worry, and that's that right there. And just like, I'm sorry, just the naming on this just seems kind of like, I don't know, kind of like, so like Donut Worry would make sense on like a juvenile, like quotable candle that you might see from BBW, but like on this where it's supposed to be more elegant and like sophisticated with a photo label, like the Donut Worry name just doesn't quite like match from a branding standpoint. Once again, I do copywriting and design for a living, so this is just the things that I think about. Donut Worry is slightly fruity, buttery, nutmeg, cinnamon, baked donut, sweet sprinkles, and creamy vanilla icing. And I was like, ooh, girl, give me a nice, awesome donut shop experience. And let's see. And this just pretty much unscented. Unfortunately, I burned this one once again like 2 or 3 times, and I couldn't smell it at all for even a moment. Even when I covered directly over it, I really couldn't smell it. I don't know if this was a defect or what the issue was, but this was truly like a 0 to a 1 throw. Like, I could not smell this in my living room whatsoever. I put it in a small bedroom, like maybe a 1-2, possibly a 2 if you hover directly over it, but this was like, for all intents and purposes, like Yankee Candle levels of unscented. It smells like there's a very vague buttery, bakery, like yeasty donut fragrance on cold with a little bit of like a sweet vanilla icing. Definitely like emphasis on more like the actual like donut part with a little bit of icing. I would say Pumpkin Donut Shop from BBW is probably the next comparable thing, comparing it to BBW fragrances. But I don't know, it just smelled the soy wax and just a little bit, a hint of the fragrance, but this was just not great from a throw standpoint. So that was Donut Worry there. I wish I could say more about it. Like, I'd be all about a donut fragrance, but I just really couldn't smell this one. And lastly, we have Herbal Tea right here. That's what that looks like. Let's see, what is this? Tea, lemon, jasmine, verbena, musk, and sage. Yeah. So burn this one like 2 or 3 times too. This is great, I love it. This is pretty much a comparable fragrance to Bath & Body Works London Calling, which was then repackaged as tea and lemon, and then also kind of southern sweet tea as well. It's that awesome like lemon sweet tea type of fragrance. You get the sugary like sweetened iced tea in there, mixed with like a zesty like lemon, like a zesty candied lemon. Kind of like if you like put a ton of like cane sugar mixed with lemon into a sweet tea. That's kind of what you get here, and it's awesome. It really just smells like you have tea and lemon going from BBW. So if you've been like jonesing for tea and lemon or London Calling, like literally check this out. It's like pretty much the next best thing. And it's strong. It didn't suck either. I would say it was a good, at least like an 8 maybe. Yeah, at least an 8. Definitely in the strong range. Like, I had no problem smelling it whatsoever. It was definitely like room filling, so we were good to go there. So that was Herbal Tea. And that was my experience with the 3 candles from Kringle. So yeah, once again, like, other than Donut Worry, the performance is fine. They don't soot. They seem to have down the soy wax formula and all that kind of stuff. So we're good to go there. Of course, every candle is going to have their hits or misses with like unscented fragrances versus scented ones. It's just like the nature of candle making and fragrance oils in general. It's like, oh, just up the fragrance load, but sometimes you just can't do that. The fragrance is just kind of light to begin with. So like, no matter how much like fragrance oils you put in there, if the fragrance oil is just like a lighter fragrance to begin with, you just kind of like stuck with just the way it is. So it is what it is. But yes, so the things good about Kringle is, once again, their diligence to like the actual performance of the candle and like doing the whole soy formulating and all that kind of stuff. I appreciate how Mick Kittredge of Kringle Candle, he actually, I think he's the CEO of the company. He actually like takes time to listen to feedback and also goes on lives with like Philly Candleman or Mr. Kong's mom. And they do like the whole live thing, and he's actually like open to feedback and also very forthcoming about, you know, the things that are going on with Kringle Candle, which is so incredibly refreshing to have like a honest and forthcoming, you know, spokesperson for the brand, rather than just like brushing things under the rug and never addressing them, which does exist with other candle brands out there. So very refreshing. And like, he seems to be very passionate into his craft, which I really appreciate as well. So those are the good things about Kringle, and they do have a wide variety of fragrances, and they also kind of like have the OG Yankee Candle heritage also behind them, which is kind of cool too. So that's the good things about Kringle. The things, once again, that I don't enjoy about Kringle is the visual marketing. Just an absolute, it's just oh my god, I can't even. Like the emails, the photos, I don't think they're even real photos on the website. I think they're like 3D mock-ups where they like put in the candles into a like 3D rendered scene. And you can very much tell that, where it doesn't look like actual like lifestyle photos. It's just kind of like, looks kind of grody. And then mixed with the color combinations and the fonts, it just really cheapens the brand, and it's just such a shame, because I think even at one point Kringle Candle actually, like, so I was doing some searching, and I might try to put in some screenshots here, but like, I think they had an ad agency that they were like a branding agency that they were working with, and their website used to be gorgeous at one point. Like, it seemed like an elevated, higher end brand. The photography was real photography with like actual laid out scenes and product photo shoots. The font typography choices were excellent too. The website was super clean and easy to navigate, and it felt more like a luxury experience, whereas now they just like dump all the like grody ass fonts and colors just all onto a like website and just like throw it up on there and call it a day. And the emails are very much like that too. So once again, like for some people, I know you guys aren't as particular and nitpicky about it, but like for me as a designer who does this for a living, it's just, I just can't look past it, that I just don't, like if I'm gonna spend money on a candle, I want the candle and the visual experience, the whole brand experience to look very nice and not grody. So that's like my main qualm with Kringle candle. So it's just very hard for me to look past that. I think the brand is also kind of overwhelming or confusing as well, because we have Kringle candle with their 22-ounce jars with the long photos. We then have Country Candle, which is not the same name as Kringle candle, but is obviously supposed to be a homage to Yankee Candle. And those have the colored waxes. And I understand wanting to cater to both, but it's just also kind of confusing at the same time that one is Country and one is Kringle. But I understand that they want to do like the Yankee Candle market, but also do their more, I guess, supposedly contemporary Kringle line as well. But then they also have 3 wicks with wraparounds, and like the wraparounds just, oh my god, those patterns, I just can't even deal with it. There's just like I'm so sorry, and this comes off like a rant video, but I become so passionate about it that it sounds very like heated. But like the wraparound on just the styling is just so grody. There's just like the aesthetic of it is just, it's just missing that je ne sais quoi, and it's just like truly just kind of like, I don't know, icky. But once again, like design and art is very subjective, so you might very much enjoy that, but it's for me personally as to why I don't purchase the brand. And I think that's pretty much it. I just needed to get that out there, because people ask me all the time, why don't I buy Kringle? And this is my true honest opinion, is the visual marketing, the branding, the packaging, the whole package is just, it's just like messy and cluttered, and just, it's not great. And it's hard because like, where do they take their direction? Like, do they like streamline their product offerings? But then, like, someone's inevitably going to be mad about that. But then I understand wanting to still, like, the old school apothecary jars to cater to Yankee. But then, yeah, I don't know. It's just a headache trying to, like, figure out how to, like, I guess, streamline and make it less overwhelming. But like, they're clearly very successful as they are right now, and they have very passionate fans. So like, maybe don't fix what's broke. But once again, I'm just one person's opinion. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I could kind of go on and on about this, but it's going to become incoherent. So I'm just going to end it there and call it a day. But thank you so much for Kringle Candle for reaching out to me and letting me try these candles. Yeah, the performance was improved from before, so we're good to go there. So thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on Kringle down below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.